Hello, everybody. Yeah, this bird has been asleep all morning. And then as soon as I start recording, well, going live or anything, he gets all excited. You pretty birdie? He is just going nuts today. Anyway, as you saw in the title, my day is not going as planned. The plan was to sew. And yeah. So last night around midnight when I was going to bed, a little after maybe, sorry, he's wanting interaction. I noticed that my left side, kind of just below my rib cage, was hurting really bad. So I decided to kind of examine it, feel it around, see what's going on, because it didn't feel like a muscle pain. And it wasn't like on the rib exactly. It was a couple inches below. And there's just quite this large area that is just hurting really bad. Hey, wild one. And so I was examining it. There's a little bit of like a lump about that big that I can feel. The general area is just really painful. So Jimmy, I might have to go get him to hang out for a little while. And so I was like, well, maybe it's a muscle. Maybe there's like some sort of knot in a muscle there. So I took like an icy hot BioFreeze lidocaine patch thing and put it on there and slept with that on there till about 6 o'clock this morning. So about 6 hours ish. Jimmy. What? And it didn't do anything whatsoever. So this morning I'm taking it kind of easy, trying to kind of feel like what's causing the issue. I don't think it's kidney. It's not in the right spot to be a kidney. It's not really in the right spot to be a stomach thing either. But the weird thing is that all day yesterday and the day before, reflux. Jay, come on, dude. Reflux has been horrible. I've been like refluxing all the last 2 days really bad. And sorry, I'm gonna show him a blanket for a minute to see if it quiets him down. That and I'm having I think I took too much fiber the last few days, maybe. Because I'm having trouble with a little like getting everything out, poop wise. So I'm watching myself. I'm not really nauseous, but I have absolutely zero appetite. I'm getting a little bit of hunger growling and stuff, but I really have zero appetite. And at the moment, I'm not incredibly nauseous, which is fairly rare. So watching it till Zelly gets home at 5:30 or Andrew gets home, whatever. Seeing if we have to run to the ER for a CAT scan tonight, we will. I don't want to. I'm in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Movement does hurt, but not like horribly, not like it would a muscle. So I don't know if like there's a ball of scar tissue there or what that's causing a problem. All I know is it's literally from like right here to right here. So we got about 7-8 inches of area that just hurts. So I don't know, I really don't want to go to the ER, but I'm a little bit worried that what if this is a kidney issue, we need to figure that out. If it is a stomach issue, like if there's some sort of abscess going on or something, we want to get that before anything gets worse because I don't need, I need as few surgeries as possible. We don't want it to get to a point where there's like an infection or somehow a hernia of muscle somewhere, strangulation. I don't know. So I'm keeping a very close eye on my symptoms. I don't think I have a fever or anything like that. I look like Mo right now, guys, from the Three Stooges. My hair is a mess, but yeah, it is better safe than sorry, and that's something I'll determine with Hannah when she gets home. She's really good about the ER. She stays very calm. Andrew hates the ER and he gets very anxious. So I'd rather just her take me than Andrew. He's out at Rimrock today, which is Jimmy, which is where the college does the cross country races and stuff, such like that. So he's completely out of cell phone range. Um, I did tell him at 6 o'clock this morning on his way out the door that I was in a lot of pain. And so we'll see what the day brings. It hurts a lot. I do have a tramadol I could take, but I really don't want to treat the pain right now because I want to see what it's doing. I need to kind of figure out what it's doing. Like sitting here, yes, I'm in about a 6 out of 10 pain scale. Movement bumps it up to about an 8. Touching it bumps it up really high. So I'm just kind of watching my body today. And part of me is like, should I call my mom and ask her about this? Because she knows my body really well. And I can't tell. But so I'm just, either way, I'm kind of stuck here until 5:30, unless it gets really bad and I have to call Zelly to come home. I hate needles too. But if they're gonna do contrast, if they're gonna do a CAT scan, it would have to have contrast, I would assume. So IV happens. Usually, that's why if I need to go, we're gonna go. Shut it up. If I need to go to the ER, we're gonna go pretty early on from when she gets home because we want to make it while the IV team is there, just in case I do need an IV. They can use lidocaine and ultrasound to get a really good vein. So yeah, but the pain is pretty high. And I'm very uncomfortable, which is frustrating because I really wanted to get these orders done. I have 3 left to do, still replacing that one order, a diaper, and then there's one sleeper. Have not heard back from that customer yet, so that one's kind of in limbo at the moment. I could check and see if I have any messages. I do not. I don't. So, oh, I've had many a pick line. I have had many pick lines. I've had more than I can count, and I've had so many that at this point they've had to go into my neck for a pick line. Yeah. So I've had lots of them. I've had central lines. I've had at least 5 pick lines, I want to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus a central line. So central line is kind of the same 5. Good. Hi, CJ. So today is just spent kind of figuring it out. Like, this is definitely not a muscular thing. Whatever it is, it feels a little bit like it's swelled. It feels a little distended on that side. It's just incredibly uncomfortable. Yeah, I've never been knocked out for a pick line. I've had, not that I know of, maybe one of them. I remember them putting in my central line. I'll tell you that much. That was not fun. They actually collapsed my lung when they did that. So I had a chest tube too. I remember that too. The chest tube was not good. Chest tube was bad. The resident that did my chest tube he put it this way. My mom fired him. She said, "I don't care. You're not coming back in this room." He was not good at that point. And I was a stressful person, or I was a stressful patient, but they did a central line. Hey, Colby. They did a central line after my ovary surgery because I was losing too much vein. My veins were not staying put with IVs. So they put in a central line. And when they put in the central line, it caused my lung to collapse. So they had to do a chest tube. I do remember that was not fun. I don't remember after that. I remember a few things like I remember that the doctor, like, I remember well that the doctor asked my mother to help him hold the thing, and I'm screaming in pain and shit like that because I can't breathe. And he's like, hold this. That's my mom's like, she's in ICU. Get a fucking nurse in here. Get a fucking nurse. And she was mad, and that doctor ended up being fired from my case. Um, and about a week later, I was transferred to the hospital across the street where my normal doctor was because my, excuse me, my complete digestive tract shut down after that surgery, just completely shut down. Um, and that was my last true surgery. I've had wrist surgery since then and surgery on a cyst since then. But that was my last abdominal surgery. But my battery's dead. That makes me sad. He is just nuts over here. He's climbing around. He wants to get picked. He wants to get picked up. But thankfully, Kitty is sleeping. He's not eating very well. I'm a little frustrated at that. So we've been dealing with our Hy-Vee grocery store that we normally get everything at is closing. There is one on the other side of town, but I don't want to have to go all the way out there every time we need cat food. Plus, my cat has been really, really picky about his food, and so we've been starting to shop at the grocery store that's about half a mile down the road from us, Dillon's or Kroger's, whatever you want to call it. They have a food that I'm actually going to be possibly testing out. I think we're going to take and return the food that my cat will not eat right now and get some of that to see if he'll eat it and see how he adjusts to it because it's even better quality than the food I'm giving him, I found out. I feed him Pure Harmony and it's very natural, grain-free, but the one thing that drives me nuts is they put a lot of starches in it, and cats do not need that. They need the meat. Cats are obligate carnivores, meaning they cannot live without meat, and they have not really got a need for any type of vegetables, especially things like peas and carrots and potatoes. And that seems to be the thing that goes in a lot of cat food is peas and carrots and potatoes. And he doesn't need that. He just needs the meat and the nutrition from the meat. And this other food I found, Abound, um, is like completely grain free. It is pretty much only meat and broth and water and the things that the cats need. So I'm going to give that one a try. It's a little bit more expensive. We're talking about 10 cents more per can. But I'm hoping that he'll eat it and do better. Um, I really, the problem with the food he's on is he does, the vegetables and stuff, he doesn't digest them and he just throws them up. So I don't think there's much need for that. And I also feel like right now he's kind of on a little bit of a dehydration level because I was watching him poop yesterday. I know, weird, but he poops at the same time I poop. I just happened to catch a glimpse of his poo from the other day, and it's a little bit dry. I'd like to see it a little bit more moist. And so I think because he's not eating well, I think he needs some hydration. And I need to throw out a cup of water for him. He likes to drink out of cups. I'm kind of gonna try giving him a cup of water instead of a bowl of water. Jay, you need to stop the squawking. Okay? I don't care if you talk, but you gotta stop squawking. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm not feeling great at all. I'm in a lot of pain. I do have to get up and shower in a little while and change my butt. I was dry when I was not dry when I woke up this morning. I was dry when I woke up at 6. I did pee somewhere between 6 and 8. Jimmy, do I have to get you out? Hi. Um, Hang on. Um. Anyway, hi, Baba. Yes, Mama sees you. I do have to move a little bit because I gotta put some fluid in my e-cig. It's so painful. Just functioning is painful. I will say that much. Like if this was just a muscle, I wouldn't worry, but it does not feel muscular. The only thing that makes me think possible muscular is that it hurts when I move. It hurts worse when I move. But it's pardon my no thing, but I'm gonna show you. It's like right from here all the way to here. So it really could be kidney, but it doesn't feel like kidney. And I totally don't match right now. I'm wearing camel pants. Excuse me. I don't think there's any food in them. I'm wearing camel pants and Halloween shirt, basically. My toothless pants are dirty. I actually need to do laundry, but it hurts too much. Chances are, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to probably end up in the ER because this is a very weird pain. I'm not sure what it is. There's no, yeah, I didn't think there was enough fluid in there. I think it's maybe a few drops left in there if I let it sit upside down, but not enough to do anything. You're home. Who cares if you're right? I have a thing about matching PJs though. Um, left side, Colby. You weren't. I don't know if you were here when I first started explaining it. So, I have no appendix, by the way, so it's not my appendix. I haven't had an appendix for the last 14, since 2005. I have not had an appendix since 2005. Since then, but I was going to bed last night, getting ready. I had just been laying around watching TV. I got up to go to the bathroom, and I'm kind of like, I don't have a colon either, so it can't be diverticulitis unless you can get that in your small intestine, which I doubt. But the thing that's going on is, my I was laying in bed and I got up to go to the bathroom. I'm like, that really hurt. It really hurts. So I started palpating, seeing what it felt. It's kind of a little bit hard. And there's a little bit of a lump about right directly under my arm, about maybe it's 2 inches. Yeah, it's about 2 inches below my rib cage. And it's just like that whole area is just really painful. So I thought, well, maybe it's muscular. Maybe there's just a knot in the muscle somewhere, somehow. So I put an icy hot lidocaine patch on there, and I went to bed. It took me a while to get to sleep. Funny enough, though, laying on my side doesn't hurt it. It seems it's not comfortable, but it doesn't hurt it worse. So, because I am primarily a right-sided sleeper, I mostly slept on my right side, but I started on the left side because I really wanted that. The lidocaine patches do not stick well, so I was really getting it on there as best I could. So when I did roll over, it wouldn't just roll right off. But it's definitely very tender. It doesn't feel like it's muscular. I'm worried that maybe there's some scar tissue there. And or somehow a muscle tear. I don't know. It could be that. The fact that there's a lump there is really weird. I have had desmoid tumors in my past. I have one at least. They call it like an adrenal tumor, but it's a desmoid tumor. As far as I knew, that was really far down and closer to the front, like in the pelvis area. I'm not wholly sure on where it is, but that's another thing to think about. Maybe that's what it is. It could very, very, very possibly be scar tissue, just causing a lot of pain, adhering to like the muscles around the ribs and stuff like that. So I know it's not my appendix or probably anything colon related because I don't have a colon. I do have a hiatal hernia. which is a hernia where you know how the opening in your diaphragm, it's called a hiatal. I think that's what it's called. The opening where your esophagus goes through your diaphragm. I have a sliding hiatal hernia, meaning when I'm eating and swallowing, the stomach gets sucked up in that hole and then slides back down. That's not the dangerous one. It can become more dangerous, but that's right here. And so I'm kind of just gauging what it could be. I've had really bad reflux for like the last 2 days for sure, somewhat 3 days. And I've had issues with going to the bathroom in a weird way. I've been taking fiber twice a day. That's all I've done is twice a day. Usually when I get up in the morning and right before bed or right before dinner. Just to make sure that I'm not having horrible diarrhea, but I'm having trouble actually getting poop out right now. Well, not really having trouble. The reason I'm having more trouble right now is because of the pain. The pain is definitely being affected when I'm trying to push and poop and things like that. So I'm not exactly sure what the heck's going on. Seems too low to be lung at all. Plus, there's a lump. It could possibly be like kidney, maybe, but it doesn't feel like kidney. With my kidney stone, when I had one several years ago, the pain was fairly intermittent. It was very different than this. It was mostly in my back. So that's why I'm confused with this, is it's in that side area right here. Like it's definitely, and that whole area is just hard. It's just very hard. So it could be abscess. I don't know. But if I'm not feeling a lot better by the time Zelly gets home, we're probably going to go to the ER to get it looked at because we don't mess around when it comes to stomach things with me. Like I know the signs of a blockage, usually vomiting, either not going to the bathroom or having just complete water diarrhea. And typically the treatment for that is anti-nausea meds and clear liquid diet. I haven't been able to eat much at all this week. I've pretty much only eaten dinner. And yogurt. I've had a couple of yogurts, not even as many as I usually have, but so something is up. Not exactly sure what. It's hurting me a lot. Like, and I know something. I really think there may be scar tissue adhered to muscle right now. Because I know when I cough and things like that, it does hurt. And it kind of feels somewhat muscular. It feels like the muscle is involved. It doesn't feel muscular. This is not an ache, ow, that hurts when I move. This is a, my God, I hurt. And I hurt constantly. It's just that when I move and twist, that makes it worse. But it's just a really weird location. Like when I twist, it's farther down. I don't know. Chances are we'll probably head to the ER tonight. Because this is so new, and I do have a history of hernias and tumors and things like that, we kind of have to get it checked out. And it's easier for me if I go into the ER instead of wait and go to the doctor and then they schedule a CT scan, because I don't have insurance right now. It's done emergent. It's done fast. They don't require a deposit or anything like that. They'll just do it and bill me. Unfortunately, I owe them like 30 grand right now. But I don't have a choice right now. So I was waiting until my diaper was kind of a little bit more full. I'm going to go in the shower and just let that heat on it, see if that helps. I don't have a heating pad, or I would have that on me right now. I do have a rice pack, but that involves going upstairs. And I only want to do that once. I want to go up there, change my butt, and be done with it. Because movement hurts. Like even just sitting like this, it's just like, it kind of feels like it feels really strange. That's the only thing that makes me nervous, is that this feels really different. I've had a lot of muscular pain before. This feels different. It's in between my acute, oh my God, blockage pain and muscle pain. Like it's still a really bad pain, but it's hard to explain. It's not an ache. It's not incredibly sharp. It's just there, and it's a strong pain, but it's not. So chances are ER is going to be happening around 6 tonight. Just it's hurting a lot. So I'm just trying to think of what else could be there. Like I don't. It's not pancreas. It's not spleen because I don't have a spleen. Um, there's not much it can be. So I definitely need to get it checked out, possibly get something for the pain. Because holy shit, I don't like, I mean, like, I can manage if I stay still and I don't do anything, it's semi okay. But the minute I move my legs, my arms, anything, it's just like, ugh. So chances are it's not a good thing. I really hope there's no infection in there. At all. That would be really bad. I don't think it's infected. I don't have a fever. Of course, I don't run fevers, guys. I had a football size. So basically, imagine a gallon ice cream bucket, those big ice cream buckets. Imagine that full of pus in my belly. And my fever was barely 100. So I don't run fevers at all. That's not a reliable source for me because I don't get fevers. And if I do get a fever, fuck, I'm sick as a dog. Um, and so I can't gauge that. Like I don't feel real warm. It's kind of, so it's not really a way I can gauge it, but we will probably have to get it checked out tonight. Unfortunately. I've made it since, okay, so I've made it 6 months at least without having to go to the ER. Well, no, that's not true. I had a migraine. I went to the ER for a migraine. My battery is really dead right now. You shouldn't, you're at 24%. Why are you yelling at me? But it really doesn't feel kidney to me. It feels almost like there's just something attached, but I'm really wondering if it's scar tissue. If it's scar tissue, we do have to kind of possibly get it taken care of because it can cause blockages, and blockages can cause bowel death. And I don't have enough intestine in me to really function that much if more is taken out. No, that's not true. I still have quite a bit. I don't have any large intestine, but I do have some small intestine. But I'm debating. I really thing is we probably have to go out to Kansas City. I don't want to do that first. Like I'd rather go to our local one, have them do a CAT scan. If it's worse, then we transfer. Um, but it's weird. It's weird. But I didn't want to like go all day without. Yeah, I have crazy hair right now. I am so tired of this spot. Like I'm seriously like, okay, let's just cut. But I'm gonna take a shower, get in a fresh diaper and comfy clothing. I'm already in as comfy of clothing as I can get, really. Um, and see where things lie after a shower and stuff. I'm definitely struggling with the bowel movement area. I know this is TMI, guys, but it's really hard to go, and so it's like I'm not getting everything out at the right time. So it's like I kind of constantly feel like I have to go, which is hurting. I've made it so many years without any actual stomach issues going on. And I really don't want them to go on right now. It's like the last thing we need. Ugh. Oh well. So we'll see. I will definitely keep you updated. Like if I go in, I'm taking my tablet with me so that I can at least have like Netflix and things like that because um, it's boring. But we'll see where it goes. I'll keep you guys updated. Check out the community tab because if I do an update and I don't want to do a video, that's where it's going to be. So yeah. But I think I'm going to go try to shower. Seeing as I'm sitting up, I'm going to go grab a diaper, grab a shirt. This shirt I've been wearing for days. It really needs to be washed. Grab some clothes and just allow myself to chill till she gets home in 4 hours. It depends on if she gets out at 5 or 5:30 on when she gets home. The phone's closed at 5. It's just a matter of if she's on a phone call at the time. Usually she's home by about 5:30. See, yawning doesn't hurt. Yawning does not hurt. So that's what kind of tells me it's probably not rib involved. If it was ribs, that would breathing would hurt. I am a little bit short of breath today, but that's kind of going along with the territory of it's fall and my allergies are horrible. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go take a shower, try to see if that perks me up and makes me feel a little bit better, or does nuts. Change my diaper, see if I can get myself feeling a little bit better. I'm actually gonna bring a bag of. You don't need to squawk. See, I'm gonna bring a bag of diapers down here, so I don't have to go upstairs if I need to change again. Because I am using the North Shore Lights this month during the day. I'm trying out day versus night diapers. See how I like that. And see how that goes this month. But I'm gonna go ahead and go upstairs, grab that stuff. Now I'm getting really nauseous. I'm getting really nauseous. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. He is having a bad dream. See his hair going up? He's growling in his sleep. Oh, there it goes back down. I just said yesterday, he hasn't had a bad dream in a while. And now today he has a bad dream. He does this fairly regularly. He does it like every couple of days where he'll just have a dream where he's just like all his hair raised. That wasn't that bad. I have a picture from when it was literally like sticking straight up. Bad dream. So that he had a bad dream though. He was like, I had a bad dream. Bubby, wake up. Hey. Dude. He's out. But anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower, get cleaned up, feel better. I love to brush my hair, comb my hair. Yeah, it feels so good. And see if that makes me feel any better. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to this day. I'm not looking forward to if we have to go to the ER. So I'm gonna get cleaned up and go from there. But I'll keep you guys posted. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for stopping in and saying hi. And I will see you all later. Bye, guys. Are you okay, Snitch?